Welcome back to Vantage with AI. I'm back again with another powerful LoRa for LTX 2.3, and this one is quite interesting. This is IC-LoRA Dual Characters. Now, quick heads up, this is not designed for a video-to-video pipeline like some of the other IC-LoRas you might have seen.
Instead, this LoRa is built specifically optimized for something much more interesting. Two-person dialogue scenes, character interaction, cinematic multi-shot storytelling. What makes it special is how well it maintains character consistency.
It significantly reduces character drift, keeps identities stable across shots, and helps you create much smoother transitions between scenes, especially in dialogue-heavy setups.
Whether you're working with modern urban scenes, ancient fantasy worlds, or even 3D anime styles, this LoRa holds everything together beautifully.
In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to set this up and use it inside a ComfyUI workflow. And if you're completely new to LTX 2.3, I highly recommend checking out my previous video where I break down the fundamentals. It'll make this much easier to follow. Alright, before we jump in, let's quickly go over everything you'll need. To start with, you'll need the LTX 2.3 base model, either the dev version or the distilled version. LTX 2.3 is available in BF16, FP8, and GGUF formats, so you can pick what best suits your setup. Now, if you're using the dev model, don't skip this. You'll also need the LTX 2.3 20B distilled LoRa. This is important because it allows the dev model to run efficiently at CFG1 with as few as 8 steps, giving you much faster renders without sacrificing too much quality. Next, the star of the show, the IC-LoRA Dual Characters. Alongside that, this workflow uses two text encoders, the Gemma 3 12B encoder and the native LTX 2.3 encoder. You'll also need the LTX 2.3 VAE for handling video latence and the audio VAE for generating synchronized audio. For higher resolution outputs, we're using the LTX 2.3 spatial upscaler, which enables multi-stage upscaling and preserves much finer detail in the final video. And finally, there's the Mel-band Rowformer model, which helps isolate clean vocals from your reference audio, extremely useful if you're planning to do lip sync workflows. Don't worry, I've already included all the required download links inside the workflow itself, and you'll also find them in the description below. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and keeps more content like this coming. Now, let's jump into workflow and see how everything is wired together. We start with the model section. This is where all the core components are loaded, including the base model, LoRa's, VAEs, and both text encoders. Next, we move to the controls section. Here, you define your resolution, frame rate, and video length, along with key sampling settings like steps and CFG. You'll also find several toggles that directly affect how your output is generated. There's also a model selector, which lets you switch between safe tensors and GGUF depending on your setup. Right next to that, you'll see options for VAE decoding. If you've got enough VRAM, go with the normal VAE. If not, you can switch to tiled VAE or spatio-temporal tiled VAE for better memory efficiency. Next is your generation mode. You can choose between text to video or image to video. If you're using an input image, simply enable the I2V toggle. Next is the option to control second sampling pass. Instead of rendering directly at full resolution, the workflow first generates at half resolution and then upsamples in a second stage. This gives you a great balance between speed and quality. If you're using the dev model, make sure to enable the dev toggle. This activates the distilled LoRa, and if you want even faster results, you can enable distilled LoRa for stage 1, allowing the first pass to run at just 8 steps with CFG1. If you're planning to use your own audio for lip sync or effects, just enable the custom audio toggle. Now comes one of the most important parts, the prompt section. For this IC-LoRa to really shine, your prompts need to be structured properly. Here's the format you should follow. Start with scene, define the environment, then characters, include detailed appearance descriptions, and finally, structure your shots like this. Shot 1, shot type, duration, and camera movement, plus precise dialogue and subtle actions. This structure helps reinforce dialogue timing, interaction logic, and character consistency across multiple shots. Next, we have the reference audio section, where you can load your audio file. If the custom audio option is enabled, Then comes the Generate Latent section. This is where you upload your reference image if you're using image to video mode. It also prepares all the necessary audio and video latents for sampling. And finally, we arrive at the sampler section. This is where everything comes together. This workflow uses a two-stage sampling process. In the first stage, the video is generated at half resolution, focusing on motion, structure, and overall consistency. Then, in the second stage, if enabled, the workflow performs a 2x latent upscale, producing the final high-resolution output. Alright, now that everything is set up, let's test it out. For our first test, we'll be using this image. A well-lit bar scene featuring a man and a woman standing across a round table, both holding wine glasses, facing each other as if in mid-conversation. The background has a lively crowd, warm ambient lighting, and a cinematic depth that makes it perfect for a dialogue-driven setup. Along with that, we'll be using a custom audio clip, which is about 13 seconds long.
Wine in a club. You're full of surprises.
Only the good kind, like you.
Flatterer. What's your next trick?
Now, this is the prompt we'll be working with. It defines 3 shots, carefully structured to match the full duration of the audio, giving us a clean, timed sequence for a short cinematic exchange. Since we're using image to video mode, we've intentionally kept the scene and character descriptions minimal. That's because with LTX 2.3, adding too much detail in I2V mode can sometimes cause the model to hallucinate or drift away from the original image. Let's run it. Alright, so here's the result generated using that prompt.
Wine in a club. You're full of surprises.
Only the good kind, like you.
Flatterer. What's your next trick?
As you can see, the model follows the 3-shot structure quite well, aligning closely with the timing of our 13-second audio. Now, I also ran the exact same prompt without the IC-LoRA Dual Characters, and the difference is quite noticeable.
Wine in a club. You're full of surprises.
Only the good kind, like you.
Flatterer. What's your next trick?
Without it, there's noticeable character drift, weaker interaction, and less consistent framing. You'll also see circular reveal-type transitions, which feel artificial and break immersion. With the LoRA, characters stay consistent, interactions feel natural, and transitions are smooth and cinematic. While the base model still produces decent results, the IC-LoRA adds that extra layer of polish, stability, and storytelling coherence. In short, without LoRA, less stable, less cinematic. With LoRA, cleaner, more coherent, and much more polished. For our next test, we'll use a similar scene, but this time we're not using any starting image or custom audio. We'll be running this in pure text-to-video mode. Here's the prompt we're using. The structure remains the same, but the key difference is that now we've defined the scene and characters in much more detail. Since this is T2V, the model has full creative control. So adding richer descriptions helps guide the visuals more precisely, without the risk of drifting away from a reference image. Let's run it. Here's the result in text-to-video mode.
Wine in a club? You're full of surprises.
Only the good kind. Like you.
Flatterer. What's your next trick?
Right away, you can see that the model has more freedom in scene creation. The environment feels richer, and the character details are more pronounced compared to I2V. The shot structure is still followed well, and transitions remain smooth, thanks to the IC-LoRA. Character consistency holds up nicely, even without a reference image, which is a strong point here. Overall, this looks more cinematic and detailed, while still maintaining good coherence across shots. Now, here's the result without the IC-LoRA in text-to-video mode.
Wine in a club? You're full of surprises.
Only the good kind. Like you.
Zadrastra. What's your next trick?
You can see the difference. The scene is still generated, but it feels less cinematic and somewhat amateurish. The transitions are more disjointed, and the overall flow lacks that polished cinematic quality. In short, without LoRa, more variation, less consistency. With LoRa, smoother, more stable, and cinematic. And that wraps up this video on IC-LoRA Dual Characters for LTX 2.3. As you've seen, this LoRa makes a big difference when it comes to character consistency, interaction, and overall cinematic storytelling, especially in multi-shot dialogue scenes. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Vantage with AI. It really helps support the channel and keeps more content like this coming. Also, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. More workflows, LoRas, or deeper dives into LTX 2.3.